Hello and welcome to a new edition of the Chroniclerpodcast. This time we're not live and we're a bit short-staffed, I'd say. It's only Raistlin, Wilkie, and me today. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Oh no, Wilkie died. He fell silent.
Don't worry. I swapped my actual computer, not my headphones.
All right. So we got a few matches to discuss. The 4 matches that happened on Wednesday and the 4 matches gonna happen tomorrow. So let's head straight in with NWD1 against Rui, which Rui won. I spectated the match, or rather, I watched Wilkie spectate the match. It was pretty similar to the first one, but this time I guess Rui played it a bit better. Or NW1 didn't want to spend so many speed ups.
I think it looked like NW1 underperformed rather than really overperformed.
Yeah,
I think they put everything into beating them the first time.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. Like they probably were pretty exhausted from the first match already against them. They had that one match to recover, but yeah.
I think, in watching it, I think it was pretty close, but I think NW1 made a couple mistakes, and then they kind of paid for that. Like they took out Bizaming out of that outpost at the beginning. They failed that first time, and they went back the second time. And I know that wasn't his main account; that was his alt account. But that might have been an oversight because then it allowed him to end up snagging a port, and then they did the same thing with him. And I think the mistake they made was just the back rallies need to get sped closer to the front, because what happened is they're a bit spread apart, and Rui isn't the most fierce reinforcers necessarily, but they were able to sneak in a few marches here and there in between each rally. And the last rally, I think it was usually like sometimes it was like I remember one time on the port it was Clegane. That rally was just like 3 seconds behind the one, the second last one. And that gap, if he wouldn't have had that gap, they would have taken it right there. And like that would have changed the entire game, And Warking was telling me too, like after the match, that he could have like they swapped the building at some point. I guess I missed that. But apparently Roof swapped the building and he was already launched a rally at it, but he just didn't they didn't speed it in. And he said he could have, if he would have realized, like he didn't realize quick enough, but if he would have realized, he could have sped it in. I think it was on Castley or some shit. But he could have sped the rally in and taken it. Because there was like there's only like a few people there, and then by the time the rallies actually got there, they reinforced. So that was pretty close. I mean, I think that's a good demonstration, of AC. And I was kind of just mentioning this before we even started, that like most people, they just see big accounts and they're like, oh man, there's no way you're going to beat that account, or there's no way you're going to beat this one, or Rue has Bizaming and NW1, who's the strongest there? Like War King, like wow. Like I think AC, it comes down to more than just the big accounts. I think the big accounts, you kind of need one to compete at the higher level, but the event itself doesn't need one, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because NW1 was fucking close. Like it's more about mistakes and being able to land things all like with precision, consistency. Because if NW1 hit their rallies at the same time, I think they would have won that match. And I think with Mad, I mean, in Mad's match, they kind of made mistakes as well, which costed them the match.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what come down to.
So then, like as we talk about already, let's skip WTP against N3O because it was just a slaughter. There's no much to say about it. They completely smacked them.
Yeah. Just outclassed, man.
Yeah. Like outclassed and outbannered, and like no chance in hell they could win that. Even though Folgore tried, to give him credit, he healed like a madman again, and eliminated troops.
Folgore's like a fucking pit bull, man. You just throw him in there, and he's just killing everything. It's like, you don't necessarily coordinate with Folgore. He just fucking he just hits things while you rally other things.
Yeah, that's
It's
pretty
really
good.
good
That's
at
a pretty good summary actually of what
It's like
Volgar
Captain
does.
America saying to Hulk, and Hulk, smash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Like if Fulgor was on Cartel, I wouldn't change a damn thing. I wouldn't be like there, like, oh yeah, Fulgor do this. Nah, man, keep doing your fucking thing. Hit everything in sight. Like
Yeah.
it just causes chaos. You know what I mean? And chaos you can take advantage of.
Definitely,
Like we have
definitely.
Napo for precision strikes. Fulgor speed everything.
All right, then let's move over to BDR against Matt. This match was quite fun. Like I enjoyed playing it. It was quite intense over the almost the entire duration. Matt did a few mistakes that possibly cost him the game, but they were definitely the underdogs in this match, I'd say. If you just look at BDR's lineup. Um, I guess that you said it in the stream as well. It's like BDR were the heavy favorites, and in the end it showed as well. But like Matt did, like we played it quite well in the beginning. Like we did the swaps on the Mother and on Castle that worked out perfectly. But then Diver had no Lord in Castle Rock. There was no slow march toward the enemy port, so there was a Gaina in there without the Lord, because she was one of the racers. And those mistakes in the end may have cost the game. I don't know how much it would have changed if Diver would have had a Lord in there. But I think it would have been super hard to rally him out of there.
When I was watching the rallies on Castle Rock from like both sides, the gaps in between those rallies were shockingly bad. You know, like 2-3 seconds apart, and
Yeah, but like the thing is, I don't know exactly why that happened, but you could see in the videos as well that the Castle Rock stayed the entire time at 30 out of 30. When I was playing, I thought this was a visual bug, but you can see in the recons that all the troops arrived and just bounced back the reinforcements. So
yeah.
I don't know why it happened. Was it because he won too many rallies and it just diminished the deployments of the people inside and they stayed inside with 10k troops or anything? But it was kind of weird. But seeing Diver win rally against Millers without his Lord in there and almost winning against Odin at like 5 million, that was insane, man.
Yeah.
And imagine he had the Lord in there. It was just like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think Mad had the key to victory there, because if you look at the rosters, right, Mad, looking at just troop wise and rally leader wise, Mad has an offensive disadvantage.
Yes.
So they just needed to take buildings first and be able to defend them, and they did take the buildings first that they needed to defend.
Yeah.
And like you said, like Diver was defeating people without his fucking Lord, man. He's an animal.
Yeah.
So like if he had his Lord in there, he would have defeated most of those rallies. So they wouldn't have been able to take down Cashley like that. Like it goes from all of a sudden being like a close match between Millers and Odin, and I didn't see any reports or anything, but maybe like let's say Love Angel or CG Fathom or something like that to winning those, and that becomes a hard. That would have been hard for BDR to overcome that.
Yeah, I mean, and then after Mad lost Castle Rock, they spent like I think 2 or 3 rally waves to just trying to take it back. And if that wouldn't have been the thing, like if Mad would have had the like Diver in Castle Lee with the Lord, GSW in the port, then they could have focused their effort on other things, and it could have been a completely different match. But mistakes happen,
Yeah, I mean,
and yeah,
all they had to do
fine.
is hold those 3.
Yep.
If they held those 3, then they could have just launched, rallies on their players or solos on their players and just keep beating them. And then BDR is on, the back foot. Now they have to fill rallies super fast. Now they have to send those rallies quickly and hit Casterly in the port. And now they're under pressure. And when you're under pressure, you're much more likely to make mistakes. And I think the weather for that match was it the clear skies, like the scorching
it was
sun
the increased rally speed.
Yeah, and that's why there was such a gap between rallies, because it increases your rally speed by so much that if there's any discrepancy between accounts, you'll see each individual count will register way differently than usual. Like
Yeah.
before, it might be like 1 second off. Now it's 3 seconds off. I noticed that with our matches as well early on, and we had to make adjustments to deal with that. But
yeah,
so
I mean,
that was Matt almost got that one. Even though the score wasn't like that, but like again, it comes down to mistakes, man.
yeah, I
And
agree.
they fucking did everything perfect, and then they dropped it right at the end.
Yeah,
With
like
no slow
and
motion
then
and the timer in there.
like
Fuck,
we
man.
lost the mother in the first wave of rallies, and then we regained it, and then we disbanded it in the solo attacks, which I personally might think that might have been a bad idea. We should have just kept reinforcing it until they launched the rallies and then try to trap a weaker person in there. But now then we had like Jackie Love and the mother, and yeah, I think we
Well, you
didn't even
guys,
try to rally it out.
did you guys, so when you were taking the mother, right?
Yeah.
They were rallying Castle Rock. Were you guys rallying the mother at the same time? Like when they were rallying Castle Rock, or was Mad rallying the mother? Because
I
like right after you lost
think
Castle Rock,
so.
you took mother pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think so. It was simultaneously happening.
Yeah, and that was another mistake they made, because that would have hampered the amount of reinforcements you could have actually given to Castle Rock.
But
So
like,
by
yeah,
by attacking and defending at the same, like it's very hard. Like
yeah, I
Cartel
know, I
can't do
know.
this.
But
Like
like,
unless we're holding like 2 buildings.
I
But
think, yeah, but like, yeah, true, true. But like, as I said, like the building went from 30 to 30 to 0 of 30, and we lost it in Cassie Rock. And I don't know if it was just a visual bug, but I saw the reinforcement just bouncing off. And then later on, when BDR rallied our port with GSW in it, afterwards I checked through the deployments and I saw that many people had like 10k in there. And like it was so many people saying we were at 30 out of 30 at 11 million troops or something, which was super super weird.
yeah.
But and I don't quite know how how this limit, like how the deployments of people get reduced to 10k but they don't get sent home.
Well, it seems to be like, so when a rally hits, right? A rally
Yeah.
hits, let's say you lose or you win the rally, sorry. You win the rally. All those wounded troops out of your deployment, like if your troops were in there and they get wounded, they go into your hospital, right?
Yeah,
If you lose and your troops are in that full 3 million, which
they
is
get
usually
sent
the
back.
case, you get all sent back, right? So what likely happened with Diver was that he wasn't losing these rallies, all of them, right? So when your reinforcements were coming in, he was winning some rallies, and those 30 troops, they weren't getting kicked out like you were predicting they would,
Yeah, true.
right? So what happened was that you sped the reinforcements in, and instead of those rallies being, kicking out 3 million, they didn't, and then they just bounce right off. There usually is visual bugs. Like I don't fucking trust, like personally, like I don't trust what it says ever on there.
Yeah, same.
But just rally wise, that was likely what was happening. And with GSW as well, it's possible because they're strong rally leads who are going to be stronger than some of the rally leads sending rallies, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of account for that. The good thing about facing someone like Run, you don't have to worry about that. They're all fucking gold glorious. They're gonna kick out 3 million anyway. You know what I mean? Like it kind of makes it easy. Like, okay, but like before you get to that part, you have to then deal with, what happens when you win. You have to time it. It's super hard to call though. Like,
yeah, when you look at these matches, this is like the upper echelon before you go to like the SS League, where you have to start dealing with accounts that mass solo. That's the next step up from this. So this was a competitive match based on and it came down to like rallies and reinforcements and timings and whatever. But if you put Cartel, BCL, or Run into any match against these two, they have to deal with that issue of mass solos. It's a different step up,
Yeah. But like overall, it was a fun match, and GG's to BDR. They played really well. Their reinforcement game was really on point when we had rallied them. Yeah.
BDR have made huge improvements.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Like I said on Wilkie's stream the other day, it's like whatever they've done, keep doing it. You know, you're only going to get better.
Very decent team and very decent teamwork as well. It's like they played like they were the better team in the end. Of course, we made a few mistakes, but yeah.
I think when they did the merge, everybody was expecting it to be a one-person show with like Jackie Love or Odin, but really it's their coordination that has gone up massively, not just in the event, but in their PvP as well.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean BCD. I mean, is used to some of that from BCL, and then TNR with Millers was always kind of more coordinated. It's just they didn't really ever have the troops except for that small period in their history where they had like Pablo and Rum Runner and on K31 before it broke out in total war. So I'm happy that they merged. I mean, I think that was a pretty good fit for them both because they're both similar.
True. All right, then OGs against KAC. KAC smashed OGs pretty convincingly. I didn't watch the match. It was like pretty early. So I don't really know what happened there, but I just assume that OGs were drained too much from previous matches.
I think OGs just recognized where they were at. You know, like what's the point in burning all your? Because at the end of the day, after this event ends, you're still going back to the real world. You could say by going back to PvP. So if you burn everything out in this thing just to maybe win a match and then play against WTP or BDR or whatever in the next match, it's like, is it worth it? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I think last UC it would be worth it because they had like the trial points gave you refinement, and that was like a good boost. Like it was like, okay, I'm going to trade my speed ups, and heals for some refinement, which is hard to get. But now it's like, man, like
Dragon
what am I getting? Yeah, like fuck, this is dog shit. I could just hit my hive and get this shit. Like I don't need to join this and burn everything, like. So yeah, I think Raceland's pretty correct on that. I mean,
especially with S League as well. This is all the max accounts and everyone playing against each other, and it's like dragon tokens. Really, I mean, I was showing Alice the other day. I've got like over 4,000 horns now. And tokens, I've lost count. I've stopped trading them in for horns now. They need to add something else in the shop because I have enough horns to do me for probably the future of the game.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just madness, I mean, I feel like that's another discussion, but like A League, like if you're in A League and you get first, you get better rewards than you were in if you were in second in S League, and that's fucking crazy. Yeah, like that's so crazy. Like you're saying I have to defeat the biggest fucking alliances ever in the game, but like, or I just like drop my alliance down or go to an alt alliance to play and then fight in A League, like. That's going to incentivize people to go to A League. Like, why burn all your speed ups? I don't have to fight Run and BCL. Just fuck, man. Let's just go. Let's go to A League.
Go join MHL with Bubba.
Yeah. God, man, they got it. They got locked out with that. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right. Then let's move on to the round 4 that's going to happen tomorrow. I think I'm going to start at the top and save the 2 upper matches for the end. So BDR against KAC. I think BDR is going to win this.
Yeah. I have nothing on KAC. I have fucking no idea. Obviously,
they have no coordination and rely on solo hits, pretty much.
Yeah. But like, and I know Peace Town likes the bows and all that, but man, I don't know. Like I feel like Asian alliances usually don't have a whole lot of coordination just because of the restrictions that they're faced within their own countries. Whether like some can't use Discord or whatever.
Yeah.
So
True.
we'll see how they pair up. But I mean, I'm sure there's other fucking chats, Discord that they could use. Like I'm sure some of them are using that.
I mean, yeah, but like we faced KC this during the regular season, and it's just like they just solo everything. If they don't get you soloed out, they rally it and then sneak solos in as well. But like that works against alliances like us without Wales or anything. But against BDR, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Like just like stick Odin, Millers, or Jackie Love in a building, and I don't think that the KC people can solo them out.
Not very easily, at least.
Yeah. Like maybe Peace Town wins the solos and maybe CCPC's out, but the other ones probably won't.
Yeah, this is one of these matches where you just need to recognize your position and maybe try and barter some points out of it.
Yeah,
it's
but
like yeah, you guys hit 80k and then just like drop out and let us like take the rest.
But like at what time slot do they play? Let me check. Oh, they play at 2200s. Isn't it like a super awful time slot for Asians?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's even more since the BDR is just gonna smash it. I think.
It's in the middle of the night, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like they are a few hours ahead of GMT. Depending on where in Asia they are, but it's gonna be something between 4 a.m. and
yeah
6, 7, 8 a.m. I think.
Yeah.
So it's not a great time for them. So let's see, I guess. Then next up, Rui against WTP.
Well, that'll be on a Sunday for them, though. I guess maybe.
Yeah, maybe. True. Then Rui against WTP at 1300, which is a good time slot for both, I guess.
You're going to see a repeat of the M4U match that, Rui has Bizaming and M4U had Volker, and you'll just see WTP just smash everything. There's just so much they have, and they're well experienced as well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, they have high like Rui has really high activity usually, and decent coordination, but I think they just lack the troops in total. Like they're very top heavy, so the people at the bottom just aren't going to have all the 3 million tier 4 that they need to constantly be reinforcing and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I
and
think
also don't have the
all the
banners
Gold
to match.
Yeah.
WTP.
And I think with all the Gold Glorious at WTP, they're just going to solo them out of everything. Like they could stick Bizaming's ult somewhere and WTP will just solo it out. Like it's only Blue Glorious. It's like crazy as that sounds. Gold Glorious is a lot better.
Yeah, definitely. So you're expecting basically the N3O match for WTP just with Rui this time.
Yeah, round 5 will be interesting. BDR and WTP, that'll be an interesting.
Oh, that would be interesting. True. So next up, very exciting match, very loaded as well. BCL against Run. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah,
I really am.
Yeah, this is the other match. Like we had the MAD and the BDR match, which was a precursor to this one. Like you could, in some senses, you could say it's a grudge match, but as I was saying on Moki stream the other day, it's never personal. It's just it's fun in war kind of thing. But yeah, I've been in so many Discord chats now that everybody's like, "Oh yeah, Ron's just going to wipe them. Oh, they're going to destroy them. They're going to do this and do that." And I was like, "Well, listen, this is still BCL at the end of the day. They've got really good top end accounts like we do. I know, like when you do a side by side, the top 27 and Run are all rally leads." And compared to BCL, which was maybe top 15. But again, it's BCL who are very, very experienced. They play this league with the same people all the time. So we need to give them a little bit of credit and acknowledge that it's not a walkover.
Oh, I don't expect it to be a walkover. Like many people said, just Run just gonna smash them, but like I don't believe it because like it's not like BCL isn't a good alliance. It's not like they don't have the banners. They certainly do.
I think the
But
difference will be is when you go outside the top, say 40 of BCL compared to Run. Like outside the top 40, we still have active players who have the troops that needed, who work in their dragons or whatever. So what's reinforcing is good, but
yeah,
with BCL, when we fought them on K54, it was really just the top 30, 40 players that were fighting us. So when that's a reflection on UC, in the later rounds when the castle's open, they're all going to get zeroed. Everybody's going to get wiped, and it's really just going to be like the kind of guerrilla tactics, Vietnam kind of warfare, where you hide your
yeah,
troops,
definitely.
and that's what it's going to come down to, I think. My personal opinion. I mean, there is people that think, "Oh, Run's just going to smash, and Dude is going to solo, and Ironbreaker's going to solo," but again, they can do the same thing to us. Kiniston can solo, Burger can solo, Drogon can solo. We'll see if Drogon ever gets out of K69 though. So
Yeah, I think like people that are like calling it and being like, yeah, Run's gonna stomp. I feel like they just don't know what they're talking about
Yeah.
because like I've even seen people be like, oh, it's Run and Cartel in the final. Cartel gonna stomp BCL and stomp all these people so easy. I'm like, are you fucked? Like, this isn't easy, man. Like, I don't know in what world. Like, look at our fucking roster, dude. Like, in what world are we just creaming people? Like, give me a break, man. Like, and then people with the script and it's like an added like slap in the mouth. Like, oh yeah, that's the only reason. Like, So I feel like for me, when we fought BCL and we barely won, we got lucky, number one, in terms of what landed in the building for them. So we could take it back easily. Number two, we were more active than they were in terms of membership, right? But we just got through it, right? So if you're going to compare Run versus BCL, who is now, both of these alliances have taken in decent accounts to aid them, right? BCL is reinforced by we. Run snagged up a bunch of whales. So it's going to come down to is really three things. Number one, coordination of rallies or solo hits, right? Because now we're dealing with these massive whales. If they're just soloing everything, but it doesn't really make sense on either side, well, it's not going to amount to much. If they can all time their rallies perfectly, and hit, that's going to be better for them. And if they can reinforce on time when they should be to sneak in the maximum amount of troops as they can possibly do. And then the third thing is honestly just luck. Like, because sometimes you get unlucky, man. Like you're the rally, like Napoleon could hit, and then maybe there's like 100K left troops, and then a weak rally leader comes and hits, bang, and like, oh no, like that now we have to try and swap, and then there's opportunity to retake. So I think this match is going to be pretty intense, regardless of what the score is. I think the match itself is going to be intense because the score isn't always reflective of dominance in the game. Like sometimes you're ahead. Like I've felt like we're crushing somebody, but we're like 7K points ahead. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
At this level, it's like fucking quick and you could lose so fast. You lose one point at the wrong time and then fuck, you're done. Like it's really that thin of a margin.
I mean, last season when we played you guys in the second match, like you're saying about luck, it's about getting the right people in the buildings. And Alice Crow is a really good account and really fast. But against like Ron and BCL kind of league, she gets soloed out.
Yeah.
So she kept landing like 3 times she landed in the port that we kept soloing. And it's like, well, she's going to get knocked out again. And then you managed to get someone in. I think it was Asterix or someone, and that took ages to get out.
Way different. And like,
I mean, the whole battle was over that port. But to start with, we were like, yeah, we're taking this. We're taking this. Oh, Alice Crow's in it again. Oh, great. Bang. But then when Asterix landed in it, we were like, shit.
Yeah, and he was still getting soloed. Like, I mean, they're soloing
Yeah.
Asterix. And this is how I'm like, that's what I'm saying. Like, solos are out of control, man. Like, Asterix is
Yeah.
pretty fucking jacked up. Like, Purple Glorious, he's a big spender. He's getting soloed out like a bitch, man. That's like, oh no, dude. Like, this is out of control. Like, so yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think.
Yeah.
I remember last season we had, I think it was a guy called Superstar or something, and he landed in the enemy port, and because Sada was like, yeah, faster, everybody go, and he landed in the port, and there was just this silence. Nobody said anything. There was just this silence that this 200 million account was in the enemy port. And he was just like, this is fine.
Yeah. Like, besides against Run, it's gonna be an exciting match, and I expect it to be close. So like in the 10k point difference category, close. Probably even closer than that. But we'll see.
I wouldn't bet on this match.
I wouldn't
bet
either.
on the.
I wouldn't
I
either.
would bet on the cartel match.
Oh, definitely.
But yeah, I do think we're going to win. No bias or anything, you know.
No.
Got it right.
No bias involved.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a super hard to bet on match. Like, many people said, I'm gonna bet everything on Run. They're gonna smash him. I was like, maybe you wanna overthink your decision if you wanna have feathers after this round. But
I'll do a chronicler call out. Frangel, I'm coming for you, boy.
Oh shit!
when your castle opens, I'm coming for you, boy. Your points are mine. I'm pretty sure when my bubble drops, Burgle and Polarix and everybody are going, get that fucking meme guy.
The memes are always the first to die.
I remember when we played Embryo last season, Reaper Urud's bubble dropped, and as soon as it dropped, there was like 9 lines on him. It's like bing, 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 bing.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to be the first to get him.
Fuck that streak. Get him.
Yeah. So then let's get to the last match of this round, which would be CTL against EKW, or the Immortals, as Wilkie likes to call them. It's actually a better way. I think I'll keep calling them as like that as well.
Yeah, it sounds badass.
Yeah, it sounds better than EKW. Yeah, this is like at Racing said, I would bet on CTL in this match because I doubt EK or like Immortals are gonna win by 27,000 if they even win. Because I think Cartel did you ever lose by that big of a margin? Probably not.
What's the margin?
27,000.
I mean, it's possible if we gave up, like.
Yeah, but like no way in hell you gave up like on a match like this,
but
right?
we're not gonna give up against the Immortals. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't make sense to take a loss this early, because we're still gonna have to fight everybody else. Like,
exactly.
Basically, if we were to take a voluntary loss, it would have to be against somebody like Run towards the end. So we're not gonna give up on this. I'm a little nervous for this matchup just because, I'm a competitor and I don't like to underestimate people. You know what I mean? Some fucking strong accounts in there, and this is not a good time slot for us. It's not our strongest. And I think it's 9 a.m. for them. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know if they work or.
Well, I think it depends as well on.
That's
like
good
they have a few Europeans as well, but.
Yeah.
Damn, they're stacked. So, Jesus Christ.
I mean, if I don't know if Koreans work on Saturday. You know what I mean? Like, if they work, like, like it could be shit for them. But like if they don't, it could be great because it's not 2 a.m. for some Europeans. So,
Wilkie, I have got you. I am consulting Google. Two
Korean.
Koreans
But
work
I assume you won't stream the matches, right? Because you're gonna focus completely on the match itself. So you're not gonna stream it.
I think I'll stream the
But just
Immortal
without
match.
face cam and without voice and everything. Just
I'll
stream.
put my face in. But yeah, I'll just mute my mic
Okay.
on OBS.
I mean, then I think then it's even better if you just start it up, like no face cam at all, and just close it down afterwards, OBS and the stream window, and just focus on the match.
Yeah.
Because even if you have the face cam running, it may divert your attention or anything. So you can focus on the match entirely.
So
I mean,
but then I don't need to. But then I don't need to watch the shitty spectating tool.
yeah, that's kind of the thing, right?
Yeah.
I'll just put it on like a minute delay or 2 minutes or something. Take
Oh
my
yeah,
voice
for
out.
sure. Do that.
Then
in Korea, there's a statutory working week of 40 hours plus 16 hours on the weekends. So yeah, they can't work on the weekend. Thank you, Google.
well, it's possible. There's a dream. They might be working, but I'm assuming they're coming full force, and it's gonna be
most probably.
Oh yeah.
Who the hell is running a camp with blue fucking commanders?
CTL. Whoop whoop.
What the fuck, man?
Good recruitment messages you sent here, Wilkie. Join cartel. We run rebel camps with blue commanders.
Yeah, man. Join now. Spots are hot.
But yeah, there's a few very exciting matches this weekend, or like tomorrow. Looking forward to them.
This is where we'll get to see what happens for the rest of the season.
Probably
not just in the top league, but in the bottom league as well. You'll see like who's going to finish out in the bottom and play against the loser of the top bracket into the bottom bracket. Because WTP against PR, hypothetically, that's a damn good match.
Yeah.
Just like Cartel against Run, or BCL versus Cartel, or Immortals versus Run or BCL. You know, they're all good matches. The thing that I'm more excited about than obviously playing against BCL is obviously a lot of fun, but I really want to see how Immortals perform on the big stage against Cartel. I mean, this is their time. You know, they've got nothing to lose now. This is the time where they can step up and really show that, look, we are taking this serious and we're coming to win.
Mm.
Yeah, it's our time to shock the world, man. Show them who the Immortals are.
Yep.
Or get shit slammed by Cartel, just like everyone else. You fucking peasants.
Okay, I'm gonna edit this specifically out. Just have it as a not out of the episode. Just have it as a clip that I'm gonna use every time Wilkie mentions how good CTL is. The next time, if they get smacked at reset.
You fucking peasant.
Yeah, right now.
Come at me, IQW, you fucking peasants. The new meme is born.
No, I got respect for IKW. Some of their players were messaging me. They're like, "Oh, I watched you on Twitch. Like, I'm excited for our matchup." So it's gonna be fun, man.
It's gonna be exciting. Looking forward to it.
I'm kidding. They're nice guys.
Damage already in damage control.
Well, you gotta mix it in. You know, it confuses people. I don't want to give you. You gotta have some mystery in this involved. You know.
I could just see the conversation. Hey, I watched your stream. It's really fun. I can't wait for us to play. Wilkie's reply: Thanks, peasant.
Get ready to be wrecked. No.
Yeah, a bit of smack talk's totally fine.
You gotta do it, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Frangel's bubble drops. I'm going for him. You watch.
Spectator mode. Be watching at the 40-minute mark. Be watching Castle.
But yeah, I guess that wraps it up then. Looking forward to the matches. I still need to wager. I can just do it right now. 2,000 on CTL. And who do I bet the other 500 on?
Hey, Grom, you won't actually have to edit this this podcast for once. You know?
Yeah, right? This is amazing.
Yeah.
No work
Amazing.
for me. Hell fucking yeah.
I just want to point out that the Immortals are 12 billion power over Cartel right now. Okay. I just want to point that out. At present moment, they're 12 billion power more. Fuck, man. I might eat those words.
If they bring coordination, that's going to be an awesome match. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't too impressed with their WTP match, but you know, it's WTP. It might come at it different. You know. No disrespect to WTP, but like, you know, usually you adjust strategies for different opponents, right? So
Yeah.
I know a lot. After I watched that match, people were messaging me saying that, you know, that was the Immortals' plan for WTP was to slow bleed them and not time rallies and all that stuff. So, you know, we'll see if that's true. We'll see if it works.
Can't do that against you guys.
Yeah, let's see how it works on us, you know?
Like last season when we played you, it was all out force. That's what we were told. We were just like, yeah, just smash, smash, smash. That's what we're doing. We're just hitting them. Multiple rallies, multiple solos. We're just going to smash them. That was our game plan. And just you saw in that port battle, it was just like,
back to back, man. It's savage, you know? So, yeah, this is like the exciting part of the UC period when you start getting these major whale alliances. You're going to see some crazy battles go off. It's going to be hard in spectator mode because you're going to see battles pop off for a port, and then all of a sudden something else is going to get taken behind the scenes, you know, from solos or some shit. So
there was an oversight that we had. We didn't consider the weather.
Yeah, I wonder what the weather's going to be. It's not the same for all round 4 matches, right? It's different because the Brew one and the other one was different.
So I mean, Thunderstorm against BCL.
I mean, I think all the time slots that are at the same, like all the matches at the same time slot have the same weather. I think, and like the weather just differs from time slot to time slot.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
But we have like 3 different time slots in tomorrow's matches, so we can test that theory. Ha!
I think everybody at this point are like, no Thunderstorm, no Thunderstorm. That's the one that nobody wants to get.
I want to get Thunderstorm, man. Give me Thunderstorm. I like Thunderstorm.
Thunderstorm basically makes the first captures so much more important.
Yeah, it does. Insane. But I mean, it also makes. I mean, I feel like it just makes everything more important, really. Like, you know, sneaking reinforcements at the same time. Like when you want them to land is more important because you have more troops that can make a bigger impact as well.
True.
You know, so I feel like all around, it's kind of. I don't know. Like I feel like Thunderstorm. It'll take more rallies to take a building down, but honestly, like every alliance that is left now, you know, should be able to rally down a building anyway. Like should have enough rallies.
Definitely.
You know, unless you're sticking in a Gold Glorious person in there and then you're like, oh fuck. You know, but yeah.
True. The thing with Thunderstorm is when it's Cartel, BCL, and Run, we all have those 100% army size increases. From last season. So we're like, oh, the whole alliance, like 96 members, all with like 1.2 million march.
That's insane, man.
Yeah. Like I think Napo with 100% is 1.9 mil. Oof. So like 200K, you know, he's gonna pull 2 what 1, you know, so like that's ridiculous, right?
I think then, like, at that point, like, if Napo runs at you with 2.1 mil, I think he can even solo out Gold Glorious accounts that aren't maxed.
Yeah, you just count the front, you know.
Yeah, it's just Jesus
3
Christ,
mil
man.
versus 1 and 3 mil super mixed usually.
Nobody is safe anymore. Ah!
No.
I
But
made
also
a
like
meme.
it adds some strategy to it, right? Like if you have an extra 200k troops, like you can't be holding all these fucking buildings. You can't be like sending all these troops in different rallies and stuff. You have to be a little bit more tactical with what you're doing. It's not
Yeah,
like
definitely.
Thunderstorm. Kind of fucks with
True.
people a little bit.
True.
So like, oh, well, I can't reinforce like I do normally. I can't just send them for dead. No, you can't, bitch.
You know, in Shrek, when Lord Farquaad's like, "Some of you will die, but that's a risk I'm willing to take." That is the top 15 speaking to everybody else in these alliances.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like why I'm so passionate. Like it's not just about the top players, because most of the time it's actually the bottom tier that's suffering the most, because everybody's bleeding, man. You know,
Yeah.
like some of the big accounts are bleeding more because they're soloing the shit out of everything and healing and all that stuff. But like when it comes to actually winning the match, like you need your bottom 50 to carry the reinforcing. Like you have to. Like there's no other way around it. Like if runs bottom 50 don't fucking reinforce, you have Kilar in a Castle Rock or something, and there's waves coming at them, you're not going to defend that, because top 30 could reinforce, and then it could be at 30 million troops. But what happens if there's 15 to 20 million or 20 rallies coming? You know, without the reinforcements, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah.
True.
Like you're never going to survive. So you have to fill those, and that's usually what I've seen. You know, like it's when the bottom 50 starts giving up, that's when it's over for your line. It's not when the top 10 decide to give up.
Yep. All right. Then let's call it a day for this episode. Thank you two for joining me. And thanks for watching. See you guys again next episode. And good luck to you two in the matches tomorrow. Gonna be exciting to watch. And bye-bye.
See ya.
See ya.